Greetings guys, Cowman here, and welcome to episode number 100 of Minecraft Alpha to 1.17. That's right, you heard me right. We have now made 100 videos in this world, and to celebrate the landmark, we are going to be touring all of it. So yeah, don't have too much time to waste, let's go. So first of all, we actually got 2 people to add to the shout-out on today. So that's one normal shout out that I always give to people anyway. Although I think whoever it is actually will feel happy about being added on the 100th episode. So anyway, today we are adding Tory Lord. And that's because they left a comment on episode number 98. It's saying love the house camera 979, which I think is very nice. As well as that, we are also going to be adding Jeb. And the reason we're adding Jeb is basically for partially making this series possible. I've already added Notch, by the way, who was like the lead developer at the time. You can see his name right there. But yeah, Jeb, I know, did actually contribute quite a decent bit here, so I feel like he also deserves a place for my shout out. So thank you, Tory Lord, for commenting, and thank you, Jeb, for making the game. And here are your shout outs. So without further ado, let's get on with the tour then. So we're going to start with the house, obviously. So I started building the house, actually, this part particularly, on the very first episode, actually. It has changed considerably since then, though. Like, originally, there wasn't this, sort of wooden frame or anything like that. But yeah, the inside, it has actually changed quite considerably, though, from when I first built it. But yeah, it was like this, actually, fairly early on, actually. Yes, but obviously, because this house was way too small, like a small 5x5 house, it's okay for, beginners. Yes, but, yeah, I obviously needed more. So I expanded out up here. This bit, by the way, wasn't originally here. This is actually all a newer part. We will be talking about the history of this in a second. Yeah, I think I built this bit, actually, on the 3rd video, if you want to see that. This bit here was built on the 1st video. But also because I felt this bit was a bit small only, basically these just 2 rooms only, which didn't really do. I then built a 3rd floor, and I built this on the 7th video, I think it was. So yeah, quite a nice little bit of storage space. But eventually I decided that it needed large expansion. So what I then did was I then expanded it out this direction, and in all of this section. And I think I built this bit, actually. I think it must have been the 9th and I think maybe 13th video, I think it was, actually. Actually, no, I think it was the 16th when we finished, actually, now I think about it. When we finished, the tower off. So, yeah, let's talk about it now. So, this room down here, this is supposed to be a sort of storage room, but, yeah, there's no chest in it, as you can kind of see. In fact, that bit actually mainly serves the purpose of my storage room. But, yeah, what I do have is a texture machine, which we're not going to be turning on today. But basically, it's basically me if I want to show you the world in different texture packs, which we might do in a future video, but not in this one. So yeah, also up here, we've got my main storage area. So yeah, it's got quite a decent amount of storage space in, and actually quite a decent bit in some of these chests, actually. Yeah, that one's pretty full of dirt, even. So yeah, as well as that, there's also a nice dome room up here, which is actually where I start most of my videos now. I don't sleep just before I start a video, albeit my main bedroom is actually in the other wing of the house. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a cold coming on. It's just I needed to pre-record this video because I wanted to do a premiere. So yeah, as well as that, I've also got a tower up here. We will be talking about this bit in a second, actually. Don't you worry. So yeah, you basically just come up here, and yeah, you get a quite nice view, actually, which originally was probably the best view in the whole world, actually. Yeah, and you can see actually quite a decent way as well as to the other one. So, actually, fairly recently, when I'm recording this, I decided that the house wasn't big enough. This bit, originally it was just this bit only, and that's it. So what I started doing is expanding, obviously, which is the natural choice in all honesty. Oh, by the way, up here, around here somewhere, this is actually where the world's spawn point is. So yeah, basically, because I was sometimes just spawning on the roof, and it was either basically hurt myself to get down, I just added this small entrance here. It's not on the other side though. So yeah, then I started building this bit, and this is officially known as the central wing of the house. Got a nice little sky bridge coming up here. And yeah, I've got quite a nice big room here. Both these rooms actually are completely empty, but if I ever need them, which I probably will, I reckon, in the future, maybe for enchanting or brewing, yeah, basically I can use them and stuff like that. Also down here I've got my bedroom, excuse me, and in here I've got the dog room, which, yeah, basically dogs are mostly scattered, so, yeah. I've also got 2 dogs, actually, that I've officially named, although I've got quite a lot more unnamed dogs. And they're called Doggo and Geezer, both suggested by viewers. I can't remember exactly who they were, but if you are one of them, thank you for suggesting those names. So in here, this is actually just an empty room. Although I think I might keep this room empty, though, like, forever. Like, just in case, like, I ever do need to, like, use it for something. And this room actually is also designed to be a spare room as well. Also down here, got a little bit more down here. So in here, I've got the room of the room, like really flowers at all. So yeah, because yeah, here I've got the kitchen diner. So yeah, this is actually quite self-explanatory. It's a nice little kitchen area through here, as well as a dining area, and a big table that no one's ever sat at other than me. So also, as well as that, we do also have this bit of the house. However, we're not going to be talking about this because it's basically almost identical to, like, you know, the west wing over there. This is the east wing. Basically, it's supposed to be like an exact copy of it. But yeah, there's nothing too different in there. The only difference, really, is that there's just not quite as much built in here, as you can kind of see through here. So yeah, I'm not going to really talk about this. So, I think what we're now going to do is I think we'll go around the town first, and then we'll just basically, like, show you maybe other things. Actually, strike that, reverse it. Just because, actually, I do kind of want to finish with, like, that building there. So, first, actually, let's actually go and explore over there. And by the way, you can see that big sign there that I only built in my last video, so I'm sure quite a lot of you have seen it. But yeah, I've got quite a decent bit around, actually. So yeah, let's waste no time and go there then. Well, then first I'm going to need a boat, because I'm pretty much out of wood, actually. Luckily there's a boat there. Quite a few boats that don't scatter around here. Excuse me. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. The second you get onto a boat, it breaks. Well, not get on, just move it. Like, are you serious? Is that an issue with the new update? We're now on beta 1.7, by the way. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Anyway, so let's go now, actually. So, by the way, this is actually my Nether portal temple. There's really not much to say about it. In fact, it's like quite a nice little temple where, you know, like, it's got like a Nether portal in it. As well as down there, it's also got some storage, which I don't really use actually at all. In fact, I've never actually used it at all. But yeah, like if I wanted to store or like netherrack down there, then I could. It's just I've got plenty of space in my house for it, so I don't really bother. Quickly just deal with this guy actually, just before I have a creeper explosion on my 100th. That was the exact thing I wanted to avoid, by the way. Perfect. Maybe that creeper wanted like me to get like in like an excited mood because I've reached 100 episodes. Yeah, maybe that's what his motivation was. Anyway, here I've got Poggers Pier. That's what the PP stands for. And yeah, the name was actually suggested by a viewer. I'm not going to say who it was, but if it was you, thank you. Very good name. Quickly just deal with this guy actually. So yeah, basically it's quite a simple pier. There's really not much on it. I probably do need to do a bit of work on it in all honesty. And I also do need to kill this creeper. But yeah, at the end of it, it's got a nice little fishy restaurant, which is kind of self-explanatory. It's a restaurant that sells fish. It's got a nice bit of space down here actually. And as well as up here. Yeah, and like this is like sort of like the main kitchen area. And do I have a fishing rod on me? Yeah, I do actually. And here, you can actually go fishing. Yeah, and you can even see climate change happening over there. Yeah, actually, that was actually something that's quite new, actually. I think it might have only happened in the last update. There we go, perfect, got a fish. So yeah, let's quickly cook this thing, actually, while we're here. And yeah, as well as that, it's got like a little VIP storage it's not storage space, sorry. A seating area up here. And yeah, it provides a quite decent view of the whole pier. Like, you can see like everyone coming across. Yeah, I think my fish should be ready now. So, let's go and eat it. Yum. Delicious. Right. So, I'm not actually going to go over here, but I'm going to sort of explain what it is over there. Over there, like, can you see that? Like, there's that sort of like big cobblestone block thing. That is actually a texture machine, in which I've used on like 2 occasions. I think first on the 34th video, and second on the 60th video. And yeah, basically, it changes the texture pack, basically. What did you expect? Although I do need to expect creeper invasions here. Just because it seems like creepers are starting to come after me, because, you know, maybe because I've reached triple digits, maybe now they want to attack more. Let's actually maybe get away from this guy. Oh god, skeleton, of course. Let's just zoom away here, actually. Yeah, he can't sprint, actually. Just because obviously this is actually the last update in which we cannot sprint, actually, because obviously that was added in beta 1.8. Anyway, through here, actually, got something quite interesting to show you that I built quite a long time ago, actually. In fact, like, I finished it on like the 25th video. So you will see in a second, but should I cut this bit? Actually, no, I won't cut, actually. It's just because, you know, it might be nice for some of you to see, like, the train. You know, just like, yeah, a bit of nostalgia, because I know quite a lot of you like that. Right, so yeah, you might be able to recognise some of this train soon. Well, not exactly, just because, you know, it used to be all bright when we walk through here, and now it's more, you know, biome green, sort of. But yeah, it's that thing, and that is officially my watchtower. So yeah, let's quickly go over that, actually. Yeah, and then we'll go up it, because it provides quite a decent view. So yeah, quite a dramatic build, actually. It's like 60 blocks tall. I think it actually might be like the tallest thing in the whole world, actually. They've done an official measurement, though, because when I built it, there weren't coordinates in the game. Get away from that creeper and that skeleton as quickly as possible, though. Oop, just get away, get away, get away. Yeah, I don't want to die on the 100th episode, obviously. Not like this is like a hardcore series, but, you know. It's just, it's unpleasant to die, so yeah, easy as that. Anyway, so let's quickly go up here. So, yeah, basically you first have to go up all these stairs. Fortunately, there's no high-tech mechanism. Although I might actually think about installing some soon, because beta 1.7 was actually the update in which pistons were added to the game, which actually basically makes it possible to build lifts and stuff like that. So, who knows, we might need to do that. So anyway, up here, we've got a nice little living quarter space, which I don't really live at all. In fact, last time I came here was on the last tour, on the 75th video. So, yeah, not really existed so much. But, yeah. But, when you get to the top of this, it provides a really good view, actually, of the whole world. Only limited by the draw distance. So, yeah, like, you can see, like, a nice ocean, nice icy ocean there. Yeah, I think that was actually all, like, sort of, like, positive climate change, in all honesty. Basically, often on updates, like, sometimes, like, the biomes in your world sometimes change. Also, we will actually see if we've got some wood up here, just like build a boat. Ooh, no, that ain't though. yeah, so as I was saying, sometimes like the biome actually changes a bit, so that like basically means like a desert biome, for example, might end up turning into a snowy biome, or like a snowy biome might turn into a desert biome, and all the snow might melt, or like there, like where like a plains biome changed into a snowy biome. I think if you do choose to play any old versions, do expect something like that to happen. In all honesty. Okay, so a boat here. Yep, yep, there is. Right, so let's get back then. So I don't think there's any more surrounding things that I need to show you. So yeah, I think we can now actually move on to the town itself. So first though, we do need to get back. So I think I will cut this bit out. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back now. So yeah, where should we start? So I think what we're gonna do is let's start with the castle maybe, and then we'll basically like sort of like work our way to like the front, and then obviously we'll finish with the Sugarcane Observatory. First thing I might quickly show you though while we're here is this thing. This is actually my mob spawner, and the way it works is basically loads of mobs spawn up there, and then because of their not very smart AI, what will eventually happen is basically they'll walk into the water, and then they'll get pulled down actually. And then basically bats happens to them, and then I can collect up like loads of loot and get rich with loot, obviously not with money. Yeah, and yeah, it's quite an efficient way to do it. If you do want to see how I did it, I think look at the 6th and 8th video, I think it was actually when I built it. Also, while we're here actually, let's actually quickly go through everyone in the shout-out, just you know, for those of you who might have just returned for my 100th episode and, you know, want to see your name on there. So, yeah, let's quickly pan across. Ah, there we go. So, hopefully, yeah, you will have seen your name there. And if you haven't seen your name, what are you waiting for? Comment down below right now, because I've also add you. Unless you leave a pornographic link, which, obviously, in that case, I won't add you. Anyway, so, through here, this is actually my testing castle through here, which is basically like a big castle, which has a big courtyard in the middle, where I can test mechanics, actually. So, yeah. Haven't used it quite yet actually, but the idea here is basically like if I want to like sort of like test out a mechanic, then we can actually do it in video right here actually. As well as that actually, it's also got quite a lot of these like sort of hallways, which the idea of these things basically like you can store stuff like redstone in it, although we haven't got around to doing that yet. As well as that, you can also come up here actually, and yeah, you get a decent view actually from up here. Both like the interior and the inside bits, and all the surroundings. So yeah, quite a nice build actually. Built quite recently actually. I think I built it, I think it was between episodes, I think it was like 91 and 97 I think it was actually. Yeah, I actually think it was 96 now I think about it. Anyway, moving on. So, the next thing I'm going to be showing you is the cake shop, which I think lots of people like actually, mainly because it's filled with cake. Yeah, I do actually need to refill this soon actually. Basically, the way it works is basically whenever I'm really like, you know, like very harmed, then what I can just do is I can come in here and eat a cake, just get my health up. And the idea of this thing, by the way, it's also going to be like also a bread shop as well, even though in technicality it's a cake shop. Like, why else would it sort of look like a cake? So anyway, the next thing I'm going to be showing you here is going to be the library. And this is actually quite a simple library, and I did build it quite a while ago. But yeah, all it's really got in there is basically just a few bookshelves, quite a funky carpet, And yeah, nothing else. I also actually built this actually, my own texture pack actually. Yeah, basically there, like, it was basically before coloured wool was added to the game. So what I had to do is to get the colour on the floor, I had to sort of retexture white wool. So it was like in like all different colours. Luckily though, now there's coloured wool, I was able to just make that effect without a texture pack. So, next up on the agenda is this thing, and this, contrary to what you might think, is actually my farm. Basically, you come down here, through this tunnel here, and it leads you out to a farm. And yeah, it's quite a simple farm in all honesty. There's really not so much about it. All it really is, to be honest, is just wheat. So yeah, quite a simple farm. Also, one thing I think I'm going to need to do soon though is because we're going to need lots more food when we do eventually move to beta 1.8. I think I'm actually going to need to expand this farm out soon. So yeah, might be doing that one of the next videos soon. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. So the next thing we're going to be showing you is going to be the Alpha Museum. And yeah, that is this building here with a big A on top. And yeah, it's quite a simple museum. Basically, it has loads of blocks. In fact, pretty much all of them, I think. Obviously, gaps have been left for blocks I couldn't get. Basically, it's got all blocks that were in alpha versions of the game. So yeah, like TNT, which obviously is behind a glass border for obvious reasons. A couple of things I couldn't quite get though. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, even got a diamond block in there. This boat here, the idea of this boat is to sort of create the effect like in a big museum, maybe like a big hanging ship. Unfortunately though, I didn't have the space to create that, so I just made a very sloppy attempt there. I know, it looks like garbage, but yeah, hey ho. Also in here, I've got a little nether pit for blocks that were added in the Halloween update. Luckily though, I do now have a pumpkin, so I will probably need to fill that in soon. And then basically you come out here, and come down here, and yeah, that is basically the entire museum. So, what I did is sort of like, you know, show you what that looked like from the outside earlier. I will actually quickly just show you what it looks like inside this nether portal temple. So yeah, first of all, you come over this rather dramatic bridge with lots of fire on it, which actually surprisingly doesn't really actually go out with the rain. A bit weird, isn't it? But basically, it's just got my nether portal in there, as well as down here, around here. Yeah, this is actually what the storage room looks like. The idea of this is basically it's all filled with like chests. It's just I never really bothered to do it. So yeah, maybe I should do that soon though. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you think I should do it? But yeah, this is basically just a big nether portal. Also a chest with a bit of pork chops in there, which I'm not going to pass up on. So I'm actually quickly going to look around just to make sure we haven't missed anything. But I think we've only got 2 more things left actually on this tour. So one thing that I didn't show you earlier is this. And this is basically a sort of digging project. Where the idea of this thing is whenever I have time obviously. And normally not in videos. Basically I can sort of like dig a bit more of this hole. And the idea of it is to eventually dig all the way down to bedrock. So yeah. Just haven't really had too much time recently. Like I started like ages and ages ago. It's just I never bothered finishing it. So yeah. Also this thing's actually currently unfinished, but we will be working on it very soon. So do stay tuned for that if you have been watching my videos recently, or maybe want to get back into it. But yeah, basically this is supposed to be a minecart station, and the idea of this thing, by the way, is to try and get the On a Rail achievement, which you get for travelling by a minecart at least 1 kilometre from where you started. So yeah, we will be doing that soon, and probably actually in the next video. But I think that leaves us down to the last thing, and probably the best thing in the world, the Sugarcane Observatory. And this is kind of self-explanatory. Basically, it's 2 things. One, it's a sugarcane farm with lots of sugarcane on 8 levels, but also it's an observatory which you can go up to and get a pretty good view. And that's what we're going to be doing right now to end this video. So yeah, let's quickly go up here. And yes, it probably offers the best view in probably the entire world, in all honesty. The only limitation is the draw distance. By the way, this hole is not supposed to be here. I think this was actually from a thumbnail. It's just never actually bothered fixing it up. Ooh, yeah, I would fix it up right now, but don't have any cobblestone on me. So yeah, ignore that for now. Let's maybe focus on this side. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the first 100 videos in this series. And do not panic, just because I've made 100 videos, this does not mean the series will be ending soon. And as I'll continue, hopefully, probably forever. I know the series is called to 1.17, but we'll probably go beyond 1.17 to be honest. Probably maybe to 1.20 million, possibly. So yeah, I would strongly recommend you stay tuned for the rest of the series. But for now, thank you all so much for watching this series. It means your support means so much to me. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you really did enjoy it. And I will see you all in episode 101. Bye, guys.